Welcome. Tim Bart's here and
Sarah Davis.
McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. We are here live with you. So notice we did change the title a little bit to McArthur Live instead of the episodes. And so we don't need to continue to put that on there. It is on the thumbnail, but there we go. So we are live with you tonight. We're looking forward to this one. We're going to talk about some things we've talked about in the past, but there are some people that are new needing some of this information, and so we want to make sure we give you all information. Plus, there's some things that I did learn today to help maybe find some of those private offers. We found about half of the ones we had missing certificate numbers today, so because of some of these things. So we're going to try this. I got a new camera, and for those of you that don't know this, we are going to be putting this on as a podcast, so you can find it on your favorite podcasting streaming platform. So if you miss a live stream, don't forget you can always check it over there after we're done here, usually about 9:30 to 10, somewhere around there. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to get that tweet when that goes live for that podcast version of that. But if you're listening to the podcast version, don't forget you can come on over and join us live. Got a few images tonight that might help with the price protection that we're going to talk about. But feel free to come on over if you want to and check that out. 7 p.m. Central Time on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to, if you are watching this, you're new to this, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so that way you can be notified the next time our video goes live or we're live on our live stream.
And if you'd like to join as a member, right?
Yep, if you want to join as a member.
It's right there by that subscribe button. It's $5 a month. So you hit join, but if you're an Apple user, you can't do that. You have to go to your browser, and then you have to go up to the YouTube link bar and hit that big A and little a and request for a desktop version. And then from there, you'll be able to see it.
Yep, it'll refresh, and then that'll be visible for those with an iPad or iPhone.
Yeah,
so there you go.
That includes, so if you're looking at the chat, your name will come up in green with a badge that shows you, welcome. Thank you.
475T4X.
But you'll have a badge, and that indicates how long you've been a member. So that's just one of the really cool perks.
Yep, you can find all the different videos and stuff we do for members under the membership tab. You should get an email as well or notification to your phone if you view it on your phone. But yeah, that's where you can find all the content. We do a couple videos each week for members. And plus being able to see you in the chat and spec. In fact, let's go ahead and greet in some of our members here.
Looks like we have Brian Foster, hello from another Southern California Maverick owner.
Cool.
Subi, hello everybody. Michael Montgomery, hello from South Texas. I like that, seeing where everyone's from. Deke Marshall says howdy y'all. Chris Rowan, he joined in the last week. Hello from Wakanda, Illinois.
Got Rachel in here tonight. She's from Florida.
Yep. Mark Meyer. He's actually from right down the street in Manhattan.
Yes. And then we got Ridgeview is actually in Florida. I
Yes.
don't know if he wants me to tell people that, but he's down there in Florida enjoying.
Well, secret's
some
out.
time down there. Yep, secret's out. But thank you for being on here. I really appreciate Ridgeview each week being on here, and he worked really hard to make sure he had internet access down in Florida so he could help moderate tonight. And that is, I mean, he puts in as much time and effort on this as we do, I think.
Yeah.
And appreciate his effort for that and making sure he's on the live stream to help out. So who else we got? We got Jack. He's out of Florida too.
Doug Wells says hello from Cincinnati. David Dankenberg from Fort Wayne. And Mahathi says in Santa Fe tonight. Here you have some questions.
All right.
If I switch to Maverick XL Hybrid Priority to an Priority 12 to an XL EcoBoost, would that help expedite my order? Should I just hold on?
A lot of it has to do with what priority you are. So, we've had some of our customers ask that too, and some that are priority 10, 11, 12, depends on how that dealership prioritizes their orders. If you have an early prioritization order, like you're a carryover order, I would say not. I would say leave it alone. But if you're at the same place as somebody else, again, you have to look and see where you're at. You know, we had a customer on Saturday that he was ready to switch over to EcoBoost, and I looked at their order and I said, wait a minute, they ordered on the 16th. And so we looked it up in our report that I pull every Friday, and I was like, based on the other hybrid orders, he's in 52nd place. I said, if he switches over to EcoBoost, based on the timestamp, he would move to 234. So in that case, I said, leave the hybrid, because he's actually in a better position to get scheduled with that than he was if he switches to EcoBoost. So it really depends on your dealership, where those orders are. Most dealerships aren't going to be looking at their orders like I do. You know, they may not go in there. Not saying I'm better than any other dealership. It's just that I'm just kind of a analytical person like that, and I like to help out our customers the best I can and get them their vehicle as quick as I can. So. Oh, Vicky's in here too. So welcome, Vicky. Thank you. And we got another new member, Christopher. Welcome to La McArthur crew. All right, so let's move on. Again, shout out to the members. Appreciate all of our members for supporting the channel. Because of that, we are able to take some different trips. We do have 2 planned already. So this Thursday, we're going to drive to St. Louis. There is a St. Louis Auto Show this weekend. They're going to have the Mustang Dark Horse there, as well as 23 Super Duty, so we can get some hands-on footage of that. We're going to take the Lightning down, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that. We're going to hit some charging stations. We're going to hit some Electrified Americas on the way, because I get free charging on the Lightning. So that's why we're going to do that. So we're going to get down there and not cost us anything, thanks to Ford and Electrified America. And then we're going to, of course, so we'll only have, one night hotel night stay, and then we're going to come back Friday night. But so if you aren't subscribed to my FordVideoGuy channel, I'm going to do a little more vlogging this year. We're going to go on a lot of trips, a lot of vlogging, a lot of things about my opinion, driving the Lightning, driving the Bronco, that kind of stuff this year. So we're going to try to bring that channel, YouTube channel, up. So if you're wanting some of that content, FordVideoGuy, link is in the description for that YouTube channel. You want to make sure you're over there for any of that vlogging fun that you might want to check out. So
Duke M says, I've seen so many Maverick Customs going into St. Louis Auto Show. Can't wait to see this. That'll be really cool.
Yeah. So, that brings up that Thursday night we do plan.
Yes.
Do we decide where?
We haven't decided where. I think we were waiting for tonight to see if you had any good suggestions, and I think
Anybody in St. Louis, yeah.
And I want to probably have that finalized before the end of the show.
Yeah, we'll figure out. But we do want to meet up somewhere and near the conference center. Hopefully, if anybody knows a good restaurant down there near the conference center in St. Louis, we want to do a meetup 7 p.m. Local time there in St. Louis. So if anybody's in that area and wants to come hang out with us Thursday night, then we want to kind of meet you, say hi, get to know you, and talk to you and chat a little bit. And so it'll be a lot of fun if you're in that St. Louis area. So
if you have a suggestion, drop it in the comments with @StarDavis, and I can see that. And then we'll probably update everyone before we get there.
Yeah. Be looking on my social media. We'll put it on the Maverick Truck Club probably too, or not the Maverick Truck Club, the All Things Maverick Facebook group. So if you're on there, maybe we'll do a quick little video, or I'll probably put a message on YouTube. So if you, or even if you're not a subscriber or a member, I should say, even if you're subscribed to the channel, you can get that. You'll get that notification and check that out. So check out that tab for the community tab that I showed there. That community tab, if you click on that, you can see any time I post. So we'll post there as well for that. Also, the recent in the description also are links to the recent videos we've done. So last week we did one on the Lightning. Wave 6 is closing, so I did a video on that. Also did a video on the the Rattler package as well, and I did one on the connected services. So if you're an EV customer, or maybe even you're a non-EV, but you want that connected navigation subscription, I kind of show you how to log into your account and activate those. So check out that video that I did yesterday. And then tomorrow we'll have the 2023 Ford Expedition XLT complete guide video. So believe it or not, we didn't do those videos yet, so we're working on those. So you can see those upcoming videos there. And we'll not be on Facebook Live on Thursday night. We'll be traveling. Actually, hopefully by then we'll be in St. Louis. We'll be actually enjoying other people and chatting with other people, so we'll not be on Facebook Live. And then, so if you have any questions, the email addresses are down below, and our agenda is right over there.
Right there.
I got to go this way. Right over here. So we're going to talk about this. So, Sarah, why don't you tell us about I'm going to write this down, some good dealer moment there.
Okay. Real quick, Matt Lopez says, meet up for the NFL draft in KC in April. We will be nice to Packers fans.
Never know. Rodgers may not be on the agenda for that. It doesn't look like. Anyway. All right. So, good dealer moment. Go ahead.
All right. A great dealership in Hoover, Birmingham Metro, Alabama is Long Lewis Ford. I took delivery of the 23 Ranger in December. Purchasing from Long Lewis has been a fantastic experience. Long Lewis has no added fees and they honored the price agreed upon when ordered. Salesman J.R. Reynolds did an excellent job keeping me informed by order. I highly recommend J.R. Reynolds and Long Lewis Ford from Ghostang.
All right.
Say hi to Route 66 in St. Louis.
Did it go through St. Louis? I don't know. All right. Okay. So let's talk about scheduling notes and information. So this is the first week of January's allocations and scheduling. So I do have ours. I do have our numbers for allocations, and not that everybody likes to share that information, but general manager doesn't mind if I do. He is okay with kind of letting people know that, especially if they're wanting to put in orders with us, because I'm going to talk about a few of these models where they're scheduling this week, and we have no retail orders, just stock orders for those vehicles, but we have allocations. So I'm going to go through those numbers as we do this. So if you're wanting to put an order with us, you know that you could get scheduled right away and get yours a little bit quicker. So not everything is taking a year to 2 years. Just the Bronco and the Lightning and the Maverick, right?
Yep.
The hot vehicles.
Real quick, if you have questions and we aren't answering them right away, we do have a Q&A section after our main topic. And so if I don't answer it while we're going through, because I'm trying to only answer questions that pertain to what we're talking about in the moment. So if not, live Q&A right after the topic, we will answer those if you want to drop them down with at Sarah Davis or at McArthur.
Do all Lightnings come with free charging? I believe so. And I think all Mach-E's are as well. So I don't know, can't confirm that, but I think there were some people that we follow that they have free charging. So, and speaking of that, I skipped over that part. Don't forget, we do couple of different channels that we support.
Yes.
We're members on those channels. Johnny's Car Care Reviews.
How could we forget those?
And I know. And they do a video. They did a live stream last night. I did get a chance. I got in there late, so I kind of watched it at double time, kind of like people do for our videos. And then so I caught up and was able to watch that.
You can do that.
Some good content. Yeah, you can watch it in double time. You know that? Yeah, your brother showed me how to do that.
I've been doing timestamps this entire time.
Yep, going slow. And then also the All Train Nation as well. They go to Ford Bronco Live on Monday nights as well. So good channels there. Some other great channels as well. The Mach-E Vlog, I do watch theirs. They don't have membership on theirs, but they, I believe, have some free charging. So that's my long way of getting around to that. All right, let me get into scheduling information. Holding any questions if you got them.
Yeah.
So the 2023 Maverick is supposed to be scheduling this week. Retail and fleet scheduling, it says. The note over there, it says 23 balance out scheduling is underway. Stock orders will commit 119. So they are trying to schedule some stock ones in there. So at this point, we do not have any retail orders for the Mustang. So we do have 2 allocations. So, if you wanted a 23 Mustang, well, actually you can't order one right now. Never mind. It's all stock. Forgot about that. You can't actually order those right now. The 23 Escape, retail scheduling only, it says. So they're not doing any stock scheduling. In fact, a lot of these say retail only. So on the Escape, we do have 5 allocations this month, 4 gas or hybrids and 1 plug-in, and we only have 1 retail order in the order banks. So if you're looking for an Escape, you're wanting one with us, probably could get scheduled this week or at least this month and get yours by March, April, so keep that in mind. The 23 Bronco Sport, retail scheduling only. They are looking for stock because they see that there's not a lot of retails in there. For us, we do have 3 retail orders outside of those that put in an order for the Bronco Sport Heritage Limited Edition, which they're doing that. We found out the same way they're doing the Bronco Heritage Limited, which is dealerships get a certain number, and they don't get to pick how they're configured. They're built that way. So I believe they're pretty loaded up. It's just a difference on the Bronco Sport of what color you get. So that's the case on that. So we do have 7 allocations, and we have 3 retail orders outside of those Heritage Special, those limited editions, which didn't know that we could put them in, but we didn't know that they weren't going to get scheduled. So we wish we would have known that. We could have told our customers at the beginning, but that's all right. 23 Edge, retail scheduling only. Again, they're going to look for stock because just like with us, we have 4 allocations and 0 retail orders for the Edge. So if you want an Edge, there you go. And we don't know how much longer Edges are going to last. People have asked me, and there's rumors, but I don't really know I haven't looked at it that closely. 23 Bronco, there is specialty scheduling only. It says specialty schedule. I've never seen that before. So the highlight note in here is Raptor, Heritage, Everglades, Badlands with optional wheel scheduling only. So only those trims are scheduling. So Raptor, Heritage, Everglades, Badlands with optional wheel. Well, that's going to limit us. We're not going to have a lot of ours. We have 13 allocations this month for Bronco. I don't think we have I think maybe 1 Bronco Raptor to schedule this week. We do have 3 people that have Heritage, so maybe they'll get scheduled. And then the 1 Everglades is already scheduled. So, but then we do have several Badlands. So there we go. 23 Explorer, retail scheduling only. No other note. For us, we have 7 allocations, only 2 retail orders in order bank. So again, Explorer readily being able to get that scheduled pretty quickly if you order one with a dealer. 23 Expedition, it says retail fleet scheduling for February production weeks only. Still the same notes as we've had in the past with the running board, or actually it's saying XLT 202A and the limited 301A will not be selected for scheduling this week. Standard wheel for the Platinum 600A is not available. You have to select the 22-inch polished. Don't forget to add the heavy-duty trailer tow package to the XLT 203A, limited 303A or 304A, and I think Timberline's 400A, and then the 501A, which I believe is, anyway, I'm getting this confused. I think actually 501A may be the Timberline. Anyway, so there you go on those. And then, of course, Mahogany seat on the limited 302A is not available. Extended length is not available. So if you have a standard length, you're good to go on some of those. 23 Maverick, scheduling of hybrid only, it says. And so the key constraint is a trailer tow hitch, splash guards, and trifold bed covers. And I think that means that they're probably not going to schedule any with those optional ones. So trailer tow hitch, when it's included, I assume that's going to be good if it's included in the package. Now, I will tell you this. I did find out from the brand manager that they are scheduling hybrid this week, but in a very small number. So don't expect a huge amount of people getting scheduled this week. It is going to be a lower number of people. In fact, when we looked at ours, we have 0 previewing. Mm-hmm. They all say NSP with nothing on there but saying that.
Oh, it updated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they all say NSP. Every one of ours say NSP, but like a lot of them say hybrid or they say something else. So it doesn't look like we're going to get scheduled.
Yeah.
So that'll be 5 weeks in a row, Ford. Thanks a lot. All right, moving on. 23. I'm not hurt or anything about that. You can tell. 23 Ranger, no scheduling. So for that one, 23 F-150. We have February production weeks of 130 and 26. So that's the weeks they're scheduling for. Is coming up here just end of the month. It does say limited 2 kilowatt power inverters, moonroofs, power tailgates, and 3.3 liter engines. So some of the same stuff. So I think if you had an F-150 order and you have that 2 kilowatt power inverter, maybe switch the 400 watt outlet instead. So the difference is that 2 kilowatts going to give you like 2 outlets, whereas the 400 watts going to give you 1 outlet in the bed. So and then if you can go without a moonroof, I would take it off your order if I were you. Power tailgate, that's going to be XLT 302A that has the power tailgate as well as limited and such. But they were saying limited number, not completely closed off on that.
Johnny's Car Care Review says he can confirm that looking at scheduling lists, it's the same in Canada. He hopes that helps our Canadian viewers.
Yeah, he mentioned that last night too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the constraints and such were the same there for U.S. as it is for Canada. So, unless there's a note in here, so sometimes on Maki they'll make a note of that. All right, 23 Super Duty. There are it says startup scheduling for the Kentucky truck plant. And then it says no King Ranch Platinum Limited because that's a job 2 for April of 23, and no programmable interface modular optional on XLT and Lariat Ford Pro Upfit Integration System 18A. Something to note on the Super Duty. We have noticed we actually got 5 extra allocations this week that we're getting. They said on top of our other allocations for the year because they need XLT orders really badly because most people have other orders, and since those are all job, like all the King Ranch Platinum Unlimiteds are job 2s, they need XLT Lariat orders, and they're getting a lot of Lariat orders, but not that many XL and XLT orders. So if you have an XL order or something like that you're wanting to put in with the dealership, a lot of dealers are probably going to get some extra allocations. So we got 5 extra allocations, and I already said that they even told us which one of our 5 orders are going to get pulled for that, and they're all XLs. So just something to note there. Transit Connect van and wagon is not scheduling this week. Transit says scheduling for the BEV orders only through 3/6. So the dates they're looking for is through the weeks of 3/6 and only the electric version. So anyway, and then this currently not available is the power sliding doors 65C option. That's something to note. Also, limit availability for the Chrome 91A and Black 91C HID headlights. So there you go. That's probably going to be your upper model, like titanium, or if you have the lower model. So you probably, if you're XLT, you're probably okay. And orders needed from dealers with remaining BEV commodity allocation. So we do have an allocation for Transit, but it doesn't look like we're going to probably get it scheduled this week because of this, because I don't think we have any BEVs. And then also to note, Super Duty, we have 13 allocations this month. So if you're wondering on that as well. Maki, retail scheduling this week does say, which we know the plant's down, but it says they are doing retail scheduling this week. It says, please ensure all orders on 99 party code are either verified and removed from 99 party code or canceled out of the order bank by close of business January 17th. All 99 party codes will be canceled by Ford as we prepare to launch the 23.5 model year Mach-E. And I think the 0.5, that's job 2. I think that means job 2.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about the order guide and a change in the order guide that I'm actually really looking forward to. And a little jealous that Mach-E gets it before the Lightning. But 23.5, it's going to introduce a new version of Blue Cruise. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But there you go. We do have 3 allocations for Mach-E this month. Excited about that. We had some roll over. We have 4 retail orders right now. One of our retail customers ended up taking a stock Mach-E.
Do model capacities change monthly?
Do model capacities? Yeah. Based on the orders that get scheduled and what's left, that's how they can change, right?
Yeah.
So then it's based on what they currently have versus their capacity. And, as they get parts from their suppliers, that could change on a month-to-month basis as well.
Yeah.
So on the Lincoln side, not sure how much longer we'll be providing you Lincoln information, but probably at least through this month. We do have the 23 Corsair is doing retail scheduling only. Of course, it goes along with Escape. 23 Nautilus does have retail scheduling only, and says for stock orders. So again, they don't have a lot of retail orders for that. 23 Aviator, retail scheduling only. That's what's really funny is it says on the Nautilus, it says retail scheduling only, and then it says stock orders will commit to 119. So
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
Aviator, retail scheduling only, and Navigator, retail scheduling
It's
only.
starting to sound like Ford.
There you go. Yes. Well, they are Ford. So there you go.
Oh, I know.
And there was something else I wanted to note on that. What did I don't remember now. I was just thinking about it on that. Oh, some people asked on the Maverick what week they're scheduling for, and it does say in here for week 5. Schedule week is week 5, which would be in February. So So there you go. And some of these others do have what weeks they're trying to schedule for, and they just have that week number. So we do have, the Mustang is week 11, Escape, Bronco, Explorer, Expedition, Ranger is Ranger's not scheduled. They're all week 10. Super Duty, they're scheduled for weeks 2 and 3. So they schedule and build quickly. F-150, it's saying week 3. Maverick, week 5, as well as the Edge is week 5. And then week 13 for Bronco Sport. So they're way out on the Bronco Sport. So there you go.
RagnarCon says that guessing that disclaimer about Lincoln means Law McArthur is shutting down the Lincoln side of the dealership.
I don't know if I can make this public or not, but yeah, we will not be a Lincoln dealer going on in the future. We were going to be Lincoln's. You'll find that across the country. So if you're looking for a Lincoln in the future, you're probably going to struggle. So look for those metro area dealers because that's where Lincoln wants to keep their dealers. So
is Transit scheduling this week, and is the Lightning scheduling?
Transit was the electric only scheduling.
Okay.
And would you say Lightning?
Yes.
Lightning is really
Here,
weird.
there, and everywhere.
They don't tell us when they schedule. They just schedule.
Yeah.
So, in fact, they said that we've already scheduled for one of our Lightnings, which I haven't seen that yet. So, anyway.
Yeah.
But, all right, I wanted to cover real quickly some dealer notes. One of them is the new incentives that came out. I don't usually share this too often, but there are some pretty good incentives for if you're looking for a vehicle that's on a dealer lot, one of their stock units, or if yours comes in, here are some incentives that you would get on these models. And I'm only going to mention the ones that have rebates and 0%. I won't mention any of the others. So pretty much if it starts with an E, and you're going to get a rebate. So Edge, Escape, gas and hybrid, as well as the plug-in hybrid and the Explorer. Those all will get $1,000 bonus cash right now. There's also 0% available. Not sure if those are compatible together, maybe one or the other. 0% for 36, 2.9 for 48, 3.9 for 60, and 5.9 for 72. So again, that's Edge, Escape, Explorer. I just want to make sure I clarify that. The Expedition, EcoSport, Bronco Sport all have 1.9 for 36, 2.9 for 48, 3.9 for 60, and 5.9 for 72. Bronco doesn't have any standard rates. Maverick, and this is on 22 model year. So I forgot to mention that. This is 22 model year incentives. So if you find a 22 Maverick out there that you purchase from a dealer, or if your 22 comes in right now, it's 1.9 for 36, 2.9 for 48, 3.9 for 60, or 5.9 for 72. And if you had one on order, you could still be able to use your locked-in rates, which we're going to talk a little bit about that during our programs later. F-150, Ranger has 2.9 for 36, 3.9, 4.9, and 6.9. F-150 has 0% for 36, 1.9 for 48, 2.9, 4.9, and on the XLT, you also get $1,000 rebate with those incentives. So that's pretty cool. Now, moving to 23 model year, and again, I'm not covering the Lincoln stuff on. Lincoln actually doesn't have any rebates or 0%. So,
no.
Yep. On the 23 model year, did I mention Mustang? Mustang, by the way, I want to go back to that. Mustang has 1.9 for 36 on 22. 2.9, 3.9, or 5.9. And then on the Mach-E, it actually does have 3.9 through 72 months. So all the different terms has 3.9 and even 4.9 for 84 if you want to go that far. So there you go.
Sue Bronco says, I finally made a live stream. I'm as happy as a Bronco becoming a Raptor.
All right, so 23 model year Mustang, APR, no rebates, APR 3.9 for 36, and then 4.9, 5.9, 7.9. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Mach-E, standard rates on 23. And by the way, on the Mustang, that's the 4-cylinder and the GT, not the Mach 1 or the Shelby GT. And I should have said that on the other as well, on the 22. Again, on the 23, the Edge, Escape, and Explorer has 0% for 36 months on a 23, 4.9 for 48, 5.9, and 7.9. So basically, you know, that like we've mentioned, you know, that 0 for 36 is probably for that person that planned to pay cash or is going to go through their local bank, and they can get that zero. They're going to just, hey, let me finance 0% then and put that money in the bank. I'll probably make more money with it in the bank for the next 3 years and go that route. So that's probably what that's going to look like. So it's kind of driving people that wouldn't maybe finance to finance at 0% for Ford. I'm not sure the benefit they'd have from it, but that's fine. All right. The Expedition and Bronco Sport gets 3.9 on the 23 for 36 months, 4.9, 5.9, 7.9. Again, any vehicle that comes in or one, if you want to lock in these rates, if you order one on some of these, you can. And then any stock orders. So I already mentioned that, but I wanted to clarify that. Bronco, no standard rates on those, but it is kind of weird that on that one they actually break out each of the different models or trim lines.
Oh, I know.
So maybe we'll see something in the future. Maverick, standard rates on the 23, nothing special. Thank you, Ford. Ranger,
Right.
especially a lot of these are carryover orders, you know, and they lost their rates from last year. Ranger gets 0%. Wait, no. Ranger's 3.9 for 36, 4.9, 5.9, and 7.9. The F-150, 23 F-150 gets 0% for 36 months, 4.9, 5.9, and 7.9 for 72. And then the XLTs again get $1,000 with the 0%. So if you don't finance, you do lose $1,000 on the F-150. So there you go. Super Duties never have any rebate, any good incentives or rates on those. Neither do Transits or Transit Connects and such. So there you go.
Someone mentioned that Niles should have a, what was it? A membership? Gifted?
Gifted.
You should be a member.
There you go. All right, some other dealer notes we have here is there was a price increase on a few models last week that went into effect, some of them on January 4th on the Explorer, Expedition, Corsair, Nautilus, Aviator, and Navigator. Basically, the price increase was the destination delivery charge went up $100 on the Explorer and Expedition, $200 on the Corsair, Nautilus, Aviator, and Navigator. And then on effective January 9th, there's a price increase on the Super Duty. The destination and delivery charge went up $100. So if you have, again, these are prices that are price increases within the model year. We're going to talk a little bit about how that's the price protection here in just a little bit. But those of you that have an order in, you should be price protected. Hopefully your dealership goes through with that. Good luck. All right. Also another one is a 23 F-150 customers. The video I did last week, you can just watch that video. I need to talk about this because there's a video I did on that, basically mentioning that the cutoff is going to be January 12th, which is in 2 days, and the order bank for those Wave 6 invites, they're going to close it. So you don't feel like if you don't get your invite over to an order by the 12th, you're going to lose it. It'll open back up again, but they're going to close it. That gives them time to go ahead and reprice things if they want to, and look at their capacity to see if they're going to be able to open up the XLT for the next wave. So if you're out there, you're waiting for that XLT, you can do that. Some people said that they thought maybe the Pro would be opened back up. Ford told us 3 months ago that the Pro was sold out for the year. There is that possibility, so you could hold out for that. So I was telling people, go ahead and cancel your orders if you're wanting the Pro, and that's the only way you're going to go. Maybe hold on to it. I mean, I guess I'm kind of contradicting myself, but Ford told us they're sold out, that they just won't cancel. But if you want to hold out, that's fine. But you will have until August 31st. So, all right. Trying to go through these. This is the last one. So Ford did also send out information for those that are buying a EV vehicle, whether it be a plug-in or a full electric vehicle in 2023, that dealers will have to start reporting some information to the IRS and to the customer. They gave us a full list of that, including the sale price, the VIN number, the seller, the taxpayer, or the purchaser of the vehicle, the battery capacity, and some of that information. So hopefully Ford provides us with some sort of chart so we know on certain vehicles what we need to put in there. Most of it should be easy, but we want to have something that looks very legal, to give to them. So hopefully Ford comes out with something. But it is kind of funny that they released this on the 5th, which is after the 1st, even though it was effective the 1st. Also, to note, like 2 days later, they also superseded this announcement with instead of a 1-pager, it's like a 6-pager. So a lot of stuff I haven't a chance to look at yet. I'll look at it and try to do a video on that down the road. So, all right. That's it for the dealer news updates. I want to go on to the order guide updates unless you have some questions.
ZS, does changing trim on an order affect its change of being scheduled production? Can't remember what the answer was.
Change the trim?
Yes.
Yeah, any change to the trim, the body code,
engine,
and the motor will change your order date.
Yep.
So Ford says it won't affect when you get scheduled, but
yeah,
I think saying that because they want people to switch so that they can have more EcoBoost orders. So
yeah.
Just the same way they're giving you a discount for that spray and bed liner and such because they want to add some more of those.
Yeah. Robert Bottenfield had asked about that. It's not you get the cargo system and then get the spray and bed liner for free. It's get the spray and bed liner, get the cargo system for free. So it's a $295 credit to back on.
It's basically whatever the bed rails cost. It's that's a discount you get.
Yeah.
So it's a discount package. So.
Yep.
All right. Order guide updates. So last week I'd mentioned there was the order guides had updated and I had a chance to go through them. Well, I did. So real quickly, the Edge, the only thing that was changed on the order guide was they did revise titanium seats. On the 301A, they did change the wording. Now it says includes the ActiveX trimmed with preform, which is usually what's on the titanium. And they also added N mini perforations. So they've added the seat style on the 301A to add the mini perforations in the seats. So not a huge thing. On the Escape, they did remove, there was a late availability for the B&O audio sound system by Bang & Olufsen with the HD radio, 10 speakers, including subwoofer with reduced capacity amplifier. That's really wordy. They did also, they took that off of the late availability. So it's now available. I think we were saying that there was a removal for that or that they weren't going to schedule titaniums with those on there. Now you should be good to go. They should get scheduled without any problems. So that's good.
Thank you, All Terrain Nation.
Oh, thank you.
Always solid info here.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. And I do want to thank, I don't know if it was, I emailed them last week and they gave me some great solid information to help us out on a professional level. So thank you very much. Appreciate that.
You.
And hopefully we'll see you in Chicago. We got our media passes for Chicago today. So we'll see you in Chicago and hopefully we can meet up and I can shake your hand and say thanks in person. So, all right. Expedition. They did revise the Platinum Ford Copilot 360 Active 2.0 description to say Blue Cruise 1.0. So what they've done is they actually have basically made those two separate things. I mentioned it last week, right? And it's funny, it was in the order guide. I did not see the order guide before I talked about it last week, but I said that I think that they need to make the Blue Cruise separate from the Active Park Assist and include the Blue Cruise in with the Park Assist 3.0 or the Park Assist 2.0. So now they have made those separate for the Platinum trim on the Expedition. So you can get, now they're including the Blue Cruise 1.0, which is a regular Blue Cruise, into the Platinum trim, and making the Active Park Assist 2.0 separate from that, so that they can take that removal off for the Active Park Assist. So still giving people Blue Cruise, which is great. They also added Iconic Silver as a paint color to the Timberline 501A. That is new as well. So, all right. Couple other models. Explorer actually did a lot of things on Explorer. They added the security code delete on all but the base model. So now they can actually, looks like they may be having part issues with the security code. That's that keypad on the door. So it looks like they're having issues with that. So they might have to delete that. So it's not something they need to be deleted yet, but it's on the order guide. So when they do have part problems, then they can, part issues, I should say, then they can take that off. Also, they did delete the B&O audio sound system. the 12 and the 14 speaker from the order guide. So those are no longer on there as being reduced amplified. So I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe they're making a 10 speaker on those instead of a 12 and a 14. They also revised this, on the 4-wheel drive is required for auto start stop removal on the ST King Ranch and Platinums. So to get the auto start stop, it's needs a 4-wheel drive to get the auto start stop removal. On the trimmer or on the Maverick, they did add the Maverick. They did say, it does say here on the protective film hood and fender, they said it's not available to trimmer packages. So that's new to the order guide. So on the trimmer packages, you cannot get the protective film hood and fender. And if I were you, I wouldn't put it on any of your orders, to be honest. And then the Mach-E, this is the one I want to talk about. So the Mach-E, they have added to the order guide Blue Cruise 1.2. So Blue Cruise 1.2. So this is, I think, what they're talking about when they say 23.5 model year. So this is a new Blue Cruise. So these are the features that I'm looking forward to the most. You get the lane change assist. I've mentioned this on my Corsair video. Lane change assist allows you, instead of having to take the wheel, change lanes, and then it reactivate the Blue Cruise, you just put the turn signal on and it changes the lane for you. Game changer. All right. I'm sure there's other models that do that already, but I'm glad that Ford's going to have it too. In position, in lane repositioning. So I like this as well. Sometimes I feel like that it positions me with that real close to that line. So now it's going to it'll reposition you. So if there's a big truck right there or there's somebody else that's close to that line as well, it's going to reposition you over. So looking forward to that as well. And then the predictive speed assist. So if you're coming to a curve, maybe they see that the curve is coming and you can't handle your current speed, it'll predictive and assist that speed for you and slow you down so you can handle that curve and keep that Blue Cruise active. So looking forward to that. So that's coming over to the Mach-E first, and then usually, hopefully, by an OTA. Hopefully the other ones, I had heard that those can be updated by the OTA. I don't know if that's true or not. I hope so. I don't want to have to trade in my Lightning for another one to get these, because I think these are really cool features that I'm looking forward to seeing on all electrified vehicles or any vehicle with Blue Cruise, really. So even the gas F-150 and such. So, any questions before we move on?
Does changing the 5.5 box to 6.5 change the body code?
No, does not. Good question. No. Nope.
Yep.
Then like on F-150, it's W1E, and that would be your Super Crew 4x4. That's what that dictates. It's a Super Cab 4x4, and then the bed length is not in there on that part of that body. So the body code is that what is it? The 5th, 6th, 7th digit, right, or 4th? Those digits in there. Like on the Maverick, it would be W8E, W8F, or W8G for the trimmer. So that's what that body code is.
Yeah. Part 2 asks, if I call my dealer for an estimated build date for my Maverick, would they have any idea? If your vehicle is scheduled, you will have a build week, and as you get closer, a build date. But if it's not scheduled, most likely not. We can't even tell.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Like we really thought, we're going to get some scheduled this week, and we really don't know. And of course, we might by Thursday we might see some vehicles previewing, but it's hard to tell. We have some people that have carryover orders and are wondering why they're not scheduled. So, anyway, we'll just have to see. So, it's hard to tell. It's a guessing game on our part if we do.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Vicky, we have Darren working on it.
And I think Kevin's involved now.
And Kevin, one of our sales managers, is helping out. They are both working on it now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the status is. I do know that the recall can't be done until you
sign paperwork.
Till you commit to it.
Yeah.
So that's what Ford has said. Until the recalls are more readily available and the parts are more readily available, which it seems like it's coming up. But otherwise, and you can't drive it without that. So, I will tell you, mine sat for 4 months. I think you'll feel it drives fine. It does fine. It doesn't have any issues. Your vehicle should be fine. So yep. Anyway, but I know our sales manager's on it. So
yep, they are working on it.
So, yep. All right. And Ford News, there's a couple articles that I actually want to highlight. So let's see here if we get this zoomed up. So they're all from Ford Authority, so of course want to always give them credit. So the links to these are in the description for you, so check those out. But here we go. Here is the first one here. So Ford is founding member of the Virtual Power Plant Partnership. So, Ford's trying to partner with different, electrified companies, Sunrun, Duke Energy, DT Energy, and everything. It's all kind of in here to help them out with this. And now they are going to partner and be a partner, along with a lot of other companies, by the way, for this. It's a virtual power plant partnership that they're doing in coalition with the Rocky Mountain Institute that aims to scale the market for virtual power plants to help advance affordable, reliable electric sector decarbonization and support grid resilience. So there you go. So they're partnering with them along with General Motors. So they're in there as well. Google Nest, Ohm Connect, I believe that's how you say that, and these others. You got Span, you got Power, you got Sunrun as well in there, SunPower. So there's a bunch of other companies as well that are partnering with them for that. So there you go. So that's something now. Ford's always wanting to partner with different companies so that they can't rely solely on one if they can't provide everything that they need. It's nice to partner with other ones. I know last night that was something that that Johnny said on his live stream that was made a lot of sense. He kind of mentioned it on there. So another article I wanted to highlight was again, this is in the linked in the description from Ford Authority. It says Ford website ranked below average in 2023 U.S. winter study. So it says in here that they twice a year that they evaluate dealers' websites and see how good they are. So basically, they look for the information content and the content, the visual appeal, the navigation, and speed on their websites and such. And so Ford was up there pretty high last year in middle of 2022. It does say in here that they dropped a bit from the summer of 2021 rankings. But they were still scored 725 out of 1,000 possible points, which would have put them in second place. But no, they're down here. So they're way down here, which means a lot of people, they're talking about in this article, which they make a great point on this, is that build and price website, not having that updated, that's a big impact. That when a vehicle launches and you can order it, you need to be able to build it on the website. And Ford's been really slow on this. And they did say that they're going to focus in on not launching a vehicle without it being ready for the website when it launches. Yeah. So let's hope that we see that. And Ford, it's okay if you put it on there ahead of time.
Yeah.
It really is.
It'd be very nice. It'd make
it's okay.
Ordering smoother.
Because customers they're not going to go in there that day and start making a decision and build out something and go, okay, I'm ready. They want to think through it. They want to process through it. So go ahead and launch it ahead of time. It's okay.
I think it took me 3 weeks to build out my Maverick before I actually placed my order.
Just do it ahead of time. It's
and
okay.
I actually work here and can make changes whenever I want.
Yeah.
And we waited 3 weeks before ordering ours.
Yeah. So anyway, there you go. All right. So is it true for this week? I had a couple of them, but I wanted to go over this other Ford Authority article that is in the description as well under the is it true. So will I get a YETI for getting my airbag recall done on the Maverick?
That's a good one.
So this article came out and it kind of makes you think that everybody's getting a YETI, and I just want to clear things up here. So this happened to one customer in general that got the recall done. That means the recall, they already received and had the recall done. Now, that means that this was a customer that probably had their Maverick come in and got the recall, not somebody that already has taken delivery of their Maverick and needs the recall done. So keep that in mind as well. Yeah. So it says last August, Ford issued a recall. This is Ford recall on the Maverick for the airbag, the side curtain airbag, right? And they're fixing that, giving a revised design to everybody's. And again, these parts I don't believe are ready yet. It's supposed to be January, but we know when Ford says January, just expect January 31st. That's a good thing. But they got this YETI in their vehicle, and first thing I wondered was, does it fit?
Oh, I saw a picture.
I know. I will. I'll get into it. This is my story. Anyway, okay. So it does say extra cup holder love for getting the recall done and everything. So they go through that, and so yes, it does fit. in their door. So it's funny because at the Chicago Auto Show last year, we got a bunch of YETI coolers that say Maverick on it, and we said, "Oh, we're gonna give these out." And Sarah tried it in her cart, and it didn't fit. So
And it barely fits in the cup holder at that.
these are different though, so these aren't the same.
They are, but they said that it just barely fits. They had to wedge it in, and then good thing there's a handle on top because they had to yank it out.
Oh, so it barely fits.
It barely fits.
See, more to the story that I didn't get. But anyway, so there you go. So it does say, so like this person here, that it does say they were very happy to receive this after they had the recall done. And so I believe it was somebody that was waiting on the recall to be done to take delivery. So don't necessarily expect, hopefully, I don't know if this is going out. I didn't check the Maverick Truck Club, but I know they posted something about it. They found it there. See, this is the thing about Ford Authority is I love to give credit to where I found the information. And in this case, I found it on Ford Authority, but they actually do.
I saw
right
it on
here,
the Maverick Truck Club.
according to a user on Maverick Truck Club, right there. So they did give credit there, and they're usually pretty good about that, whether it be Bronco Nation or
You
whatever.
already saw that this morning.
But there you go. Maverick Truck Club.
Yeah.
Sarah's on Maverick Truck Club now.
I am
so
on the forums now. So if
There
you're
you
in
go.
Broncos 6G, Broncos Sport,
she's helping me out.
Lightning,
So there you go.
I'm in there answering questions.
Yes, she's helped me out. So, all right.
Helping you out. I'm helping everyone out.
Yes. But yeah, tag me or tag her if you have questions, Maverick Truck Club, or if you're on Bronco 6G as well, she's on there.
Yes.
I had her get on all the forums. So you got to check out all these forums. So she's on Bronco 6G, Bronco Sport, the two Lightning, the Mach-E and Lightning for right now. So there's the 5 that she's on. So feel free to tag her if you want. She knows the Maverick stuff real well. So if you're on the Maverick Truck Club,
I'm learning everything else.
yeah, she's learning all that. So there you go. So, all right. 7:51. This is usually about the right time. So tonight's topic is on the C&I programs for retail orders. Ford actually gave some information, gave this nice little sheet that I probably shouldn't put on mine, but there's what it kind of looks like. And they gave this to all the dealers to kind of go over so they understand the 3 different programs that are offered for retail orders. So, you got a question? I could tell you were like, I got to say something.
Kevin Forsambo says that the Drury Inn Lounge would be a great place to meet up. Okay. He will be there at 5:30.
At 5:30. All right.
So we might head over.
Get us a spot. All right.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like he's starting at 5:30. So are you performing? I don't know.
Interesting. Anyway, okay. So there are 3 different programs that are available for customers to lock in, to keep, incentives, prices, and that kind of stuff. And the first one is your incentive protection. So, I'm going to almost read this verbatim here. It says incentive protection protects incentives available at the time of order. The customer's for customer registration for pipeline or delivery hold units. So that's to lock in your incentives. So the incentives are automatically protected to the program at the time of the locking deal. I will say they don't mention it in here. That does not carry over from one model year to the next. So if you order a 2022 model year vehicle, you lock in your incentives for that model year. If yours does not get scheduled that model year, those incentive protections, you lose that.
Yep.
Ford won't carry over any rates and rebates that were available at the time to another model year. We'll get into the third part of this and what they do instead of doing that for you. It does say the eligibility is lease and retail customers. They choose between the date of the locked incentives, that's the protect date, or the date at the time of the sale and the smart visit. So they actually are telling dealers right here, and I can if I can send this to dealers, but they have this information. Also, it does say protected incentives, all public and private lease and retail incentives. Those get locked in. It does say the payment to the dealer. It does say that there is no need for adjusted payment paid out after the sale. So this is paid out to the dealerships. They know how to do smart visit and incentives. So incentive lock is one of them. Locking in incentives and such. So when you ordered so anybody that was carried over from the 22 to 23, when you ordered in 23, that's your protect date.
Yeah.
That's where the incentives would be locked if you had incentives. So where Ford had a special deal on the Explorer and some of those vehicles at the end of last month, that would carry through till January 3rd. That would be where a lot of them got $1,000 and 0% rate, or 3.9% for 60 months. Those were your locked in rates if you ordered in, December and November, whenever those were active. But so then the dealer would want to make sure they hit your protect date to get those locked in rates. So a lot of dealers, even though this is out there, public to dealers, a lot of them still struggle on knowing how to do that. The next one is the price protection. And so I'm going to read this. Price protection protects the vehicle price if there is a pricing action taken within, and they underline in all caps, within the model year. This says paid automatically 30 to 45 days after the dealer reports the sale. So they are telling you right here that you get it beforehand. We just talked about price increases on the destination delivery for the Expedition, for the Navigator, for the Super Duty, and how those go up. You would be locked in. You won't have to worry about those price increases because the dealer should lock you into the price it was when it ordered. Another thing you can do as a customer is ask for that DORA. So the DORA is the confirmation of your order. So that is the prices, the options you chose at that time. It's dated and everything for you. So you know that is that price that I'm supposed to get when that vehicle comes in. Even if there's a price increase, that MSRP changes, the invoice changes, doesn't matter. I'm locked into that DORA price and those incentives. If you make a change on your order and change options, you get a new DORA. Now, if you make a change after a price increase, then it is the price as it is on that new DORA from those changes. So that's why you need to be very careful to try to make sure that your order is what it's going to be before any price increases happen. So
yep.
Now the eligibility, it does say lease and retail customers. The original order price is protected at the time of order unless there are changes to the body code and the PEP code. PEP code is your trim. So if you make a change to the body code or the PEP code, you will not be price protected. So again, Maverick hasn't had any price increases, so you feel free to go ahead and make those changes, but I would get them done if you're going to do them, so that there's no, in case there's any price increases on your order. Because if you do change the body code, that's front wheel drive to all wheel drive, or your trim, you will not be price protected on that order anymore. It'll be whatever it is, what it is when you made those changes. Also, it does say the customer info at sale must match the customer info at order. So it can only be locked in, price protections locked in for that customer that ordered the vehicle. They have to take delivery of it. So keep that in mind. So if you have somebody that wants to take somebody else's order that comes in, then that price, it is whatever it is when it came in, because you're not the one that ordered the vehicle. So keep that in mind as well. And then it does say in here, the dealer will receive an adjusted invoice and visions, and difference is paid on the dealer's statement. And again, it says 30 to 45 days later. So that's, again, price increases within the model year. So let's say you don't get scheduled. A lot of you are in that situation where you had a 22 model year order and you got carried over to 23. You did not schedule your order, and now they want to help you. So Ford's giving you a private offer that gets carried over to 2023 for you, and you can use on your 2023 order. So here's how they read this one. Private offers are for those who had a COVP verified order that went unscheduled or canceled within the current model year. So again, you had to have a COVP approved order. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. It says these offers do not protect the price, but rather assist in transitioning customers to the new model year. Offers will vary based on product refresh cycle. Now, something to note on this, we had someone that contacted me and said, I'm seeing that I get the private offer. They ordered, I don't remember what trim it was. It was a Bronco, and I can't remember what trim, but they ordered a vehicle and they said the private offer, when I add that to my current price and I deduct it, it doesn't come up. I'm still $250 short. And well, that's because the private offer is based on the entire trim. So if you have something extra, if you go back and you probably take off something, if you go back to the base price of that trim, then it's probably going to be to where it's actually going to be less. And in most cases, I know 90% of our Maverick order holders that carried over to 23, their price is actually less in 23 than it was in 22. So it's to assist, it's not to match that price. Keep that in mind. And then the people that are eligible for this are the lease and retail customers that had a COVP verified order. We're gonna hammer that in there. It says all model year transition offers are unique to the individual nameplate. Offers based on price changes do not take into effect incentive changes. So this is based on you, and it's based on your model and your trim. So Bronco's going to get a different private offer than a Maverick. Even a Maverick Hybrid is going to get a different number than a Maverick EcoBoost and such, so keep that in mind. And it does say the payment on this. It says the offers are located in Smart Vincent, and dealers can find them via the certificate inquiry screen. The model year transition private offer is paid via Smart Vincent, so that's how dealers would find that. Now, that brings up the other point that I wanted to bring up, and hopefully that people are still with me on this. If you have, you know that you should be getting an offer, you had a COVP approved order from last year, and they go to pull your incentives. Now I actually have images of this. So let's say this is the incentive, this is a certificate inquiry screen from Smart Vincent. So when they go in there, you can see the first criteria in there is your zip code and your name. So we've had this happen for us. We go in there and search that person, and nothing shows up, right? It says no certificates available. And it's like, well, we know we COVP the order. What is the deal? Well, for some reason, something probably happened on that order, and something didn't get entered exactly the way what you just entered in there, and that's why you're not seeing it. You need to find something. I even had a situation where the first name and last name got switched. So when the person, because this is all manually entered by a person at the dealership into COVP, so in this case, that person flipped those because she had says, well, in one screen, it's actually first name then last name, and another one, it's last name then first name. So that's where she probably got confused. And so I actually researched it with the zip code and put the first name in at their last name. Boom, found it. There it was. So some situations, it's just maybe they even misspelled the last name. That can make a difference as well. Here's another way. I actually found we have 16 Maverick orders that I can't find the offers on. When I pull them, I found 8 out of the 16 today by doing this. So I went in. Oh, that's the that actually shows that information. That's not the one. There you go. This is what I did. I went into the second part, the second criteria, which, I mean, I've worked here for a long time. I've desk deals. I've had managers do the same thing, although I didn't even think about that. I put in their email address because when you do a COVP approved order, you have to put in their email address. Mm-hmm. So I put in their email address, and I found half of my private offers on the Bronco customers as well as Maverick. So I found 8 out of our 16 that we were missing on Mavericks based just by putting in the email address. So have your dealership try that. You can also try the phone number as well, because that has to be entered too into the ordering system. So that is a way, hopefully, if they try that, they can pull and find your certificate number. Because once you have the certificate number, you're good, you're golden, you're going to get that private offer. The dealership just has to put that certificate number in there when they do the Smart Vincent, and you get your private offer taken off of that. Now, if you don't, if it still isn't pulling up, which again, we still have 8 Mavericks, but that's not bad. 8 out of 120, that's not bad. So we have 8 people still not showing up. So another way that you can do this, I did contact and get a hold of somebody at Ford at the program headquarters, and they said another thing you can do is that since these have to be COVP approved orders, if you have the COVP tracking number or authorization number, you can call program headquarters and get the certificate number.
Okay.
So I haven't called because I have someone else that can do that for me. So what we here's a way you can get this. So if you do get if your dealer emailed you the COVP program approved email like this that somebody sent me, there is a tracking number on there. So you can use that tracking number to call the program headquarters. And I'm not going to give you that phone number because it's for dealers only, but I'm going to show you how to tell your dealers how to find the phone number for you, if that helps, okay? Because I can't get that number. I'll get in a lot of trouble. I'll probably shut down the channel. So here's how you do that. So if on the Smart Vincent, let me go back to this. So on the Smart Vincent, one of the things I cropped out at the top is right in the upper top hand, in the right-hand corner up there, you're going to see something like this. So it's up there. It has a dealership name and everything. There's a link in there that says CNI Hotline. So when the dealer clicks on that hotline link, they see a list of all kinds of departments with 800 numbers on people to call as resources. If you scroll clear down to the bottom, you'll find the Dealer Incentive Program phone number, and you'll also find the Order Verification Program phone number. It's the same number, actually. And you'll see it says ROVP, COVP. Those are the people you need to call. So if they call that number with a COVP tracking number or authorization number, they should be able to get your certificate number and that should get you that offer. So hopefully that helps out, and hopes all of you out that are struggling because you don't have yours. And that helps out. So maybe that's why John gave us a $5 donation with the Hiya. So hopefully that's kind of what I had on the different program offers. But again, price protection protects you from when you order the vehicle within the model year. If yours goes unscheduled and goes into the next model year, you should have a private offer. Now, I will tell you this. Ford's given a lot of this private offers this year, so that's why they said don't take more orders than what you can handle for dealers on those different models, because on next year, I don't see this happening for 24. They're going to try to cut this off, and they don't plan to do a private offer going into 24 model year. So just keep that in mind. But for those that had a 22 order that went unscheduled, had to put a 23 order in, or it carried over like the Bronco, this is how you can get your private offer. So there you go. And you can call Ford customer support. And I don't know why you just can't call your dealer. Hopefully most dealers are good to work with, but call your dealers. Hopefully they'll work with you. Say, hey, can you see my private offer? If you are struggling, you can call Ford's customer support line. They will look and see if you have a private offer under your name. Have them look by email address. So as well, because they have the same, what they're looking at is the same access, the screens that I just showed you, and they can actually go in and do the same thing. So they may be only searching your zip code and your name and not seeing it, and say, well, can you search by email address or phone number, and let me give you my email address and see if they can try that. So that might help out most of you people out there and only be a select few. So, but I will say that some dealers don't want to go through the hassle of calling somebody, getting a private offer. They're just like, nope, you don't have it, because it's not money that they get. It's because that's your money. So some dealers don't want to try very hard, but here's the situation. Here's how you do that. But you got to fight for that. And again, you do have to have a COVP approved order. So again, if your dealership didn't send it into COVP last year for your 22 order, you will not be getting a private offer. So that is one very important detail to this, is that you have to make sure you had a COVP approved order. If you got, some little letter like this from your dealer received that, then you got an approved order, you're good to go.
Yeah.
But there you go. So, all right. So, questions.
So we have something to figure out tomorrow. Richard Peters says, hi y'all, I asked for my Dora from y'all, but was told I couldn't get a copy until the vehicle comes in. But you say I should ask for it to ensure the truck is ordered. And I said, yes, you should. And if they don't have it, they need to contact Ford. Or like if they aren't getting those. But then he says that he ordered from us.
Yeah, he did.
So
yeah, we'll get it for you.
Yeah.
So we'll get that. We'll get it. Now I will say Ford usually sends those to us on a dot matrix like printer overnight. It's kind of crazy, but if for some reason, like I have some missing for, we have like 4 or 5 customers that we made changes to, and we didn't receive it from it goes to the owner grabs them, usually gives them to another person, then they give them out to sales guys. So sometimes something gets lost, but now Ford gives us access. Certain people in the dealership have access to the Doras where I can print one off.
Yeah.
So I can see that, and it's dated from when that was any changes. So if that salesperson doesn't have it, we'll have them print it off for us.
Yes.
So we'll take care of that, because we'll get on that. So let's do those tomorrow, because we have the ones for our customers as well that I need to get put off long enough. So we'll get that done tomorrow for you. So
Ragnar Khan says, also worth noting, these certificates are often good for any vehicle of the same model or year, not just the vehicle you ordered. So if you find a vehicle on lot, you can take it. So like if you have a private offer for a Maverick.
Hold on, I think maybe.
Because that's what we've been saying.
No, that's for an ordered vehicle. If you have a 22, if you had a 22 that went unscheduled, then the private offer is gonna be good on a 23 order that is ordered by a certain deadline. Or you take, so Escape actually had it. So let me look that up.
Okay.
Because Escape had one where their private offer, and again, they're all specific between the models, so they're not all necessarily the same.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jack Evans, and we did say this earlier, we don't have any previewing this week.
Not yet.
We don't have any Mavericks previewing
But you never
yet.
know. It always, it changes on a daily basis. All right, so let's look up Escape, for instance.
Thank
Escape.
you, Robert Bottenfield.
So, okay, so Escape was one. I'm keeping copies of all these now. These dealer bulletins, I'll have to look for them. Okay, so there said that eligibility, it says eligible customers must place a 23 model year retail order and take delivery of their ordered vehicle to be eligible for the model year transition private offer. Vehicle sale and username must match the customer's name on the retail order or will be subject to chargeback. So there you go. So basically they had, in some of the vehicles it says that you have to have ordered, this one says you had to have a replacement order placed by 1/3 of 23. So they give you a long time on this for that. So that was on that. Now they did add to this because I think it was the Explorer. I think Explorer had one. I don't know. I can't find it now. One of them had one that says that you can also take delivery of a stock vehicle if you want instead, and you get a smaller amount of money back. But yeah, see, here's an Expedition one that's also saying you have to have your order placed by 11/30 of 22 for a 23 model year. So it is, you have to use it on that same model.
Okay.
You can't switch it over. You can't say, okay, I got a Bronco private offer and I'm going to use it on a Maverick when it was a $3,000 private offer. They're not going to do that. So
yeah,
there you go.
All right, Joe Kuna says, just ordered the bed divider kit for the Maverick. Part whatever. That's a long number. Cool accessory that will come in handy when it comes in. Does anyone own one? I haven't seen anything online. Maverick Truck Club would be a good one for that.
I think there's one divider on there.
Yes.
So you don't get two, you get one.
Yes.
So even though there's two slots for it, you only get one divider.
I would post in the Maverick Truck Club on their forums. I would post in there.
What they look like?
Yeah, or ask if anyone has one yet, because I'm guessing at least one person has it.
Another option for that, if you want to go the cheaper route, is, I don't know how much it was, but another way is going to the hardware store and getting a what is it, a 2x6? Getting a 2x6, cutting it to the length, measure in there, cutting it to the length. The reason, one of the things that Ford made very kind of publicized really big in 22 was the flex bed, and how that this is for do-it-yourselfers, so you can do all kinds of configurations, cheer things out. I've seen people put some bed dividers in there, 2x6s, and then put a sheet of plywood in there, cut it inside, and make a second shelf, and make it basically with your tailgate shut. You could still get into the top of it, but if you had the sheet of plywood down, you couldn't get underneath. So you could store things underneath, and people wouldn't be able to get to it with the locked tailgate. So there's some pretty cool little things you can do with that. That's why it's called a flex bed.
Yep. Andrew Barley says, hello, Tim and Sarah. Did you get my build on the 23 Bronco Big Bend?
I believe so.
Yes.
Unless you're working with another salesperson.
Well, he's working with us because he's
a member.
Yes. He's checking just to make sure.
I got a couple here.
You think all the Maverick hybrid allocations are going to be given to hybrid states? Don't know. And today they were locked out, but he said today we don't have any previewing, but who knows? We could have some being looked at tomorrow. So
I don't have it here. I think his was given to the salesperson, so we need to find out who the salesperson is.
Okay, Andrew Barley, we will look into that for you and make sure that we have it.
If you want to send it to me, you can. Otherwise, I'll get with the salesperson.
Yeah.
That has yours. We'll look that up. You might. If it, I don't know. Figure it out.
You can send it to timothybarts@gmail.
Just send it.
His. We need to put Sarah questions for Sarah here.
I got a couple things that we need to add. We need to have Nathan help us with on this. Get that changed to Sarah, and that say Tim.
Do you know what his
it's Timothy Bart's there. I don't know.
Do you know what his handle is on here?
Oh, Nathan? I don't know. I don't know if he's a member.
Is
I'm
it
not sure.
ProArc?
I don't know.
Because ProArc had asked me. Oh yeah, yep, that's Nathan. I'll finish it and hopefully get it to you this coming week. He's gonna make a lightning dark scene. Because he asked, what's everyone's favorite? What is your favorite product in our merch store? And so he said, I was guessing it was you, but he had never told me what your handle was. But what is your favorite product in the merch store? And I said the Maverick, the dark Maverick truck scene. And so he asked about the Lightning. I was like, yeah, I think a lot of people would like that one.
Yep.
It's Timothy, not Tim. Yep.
Yeah, so that. All right. Any other? Let's see what questions we got here.
Have a safe trip to St. Louis. You visit Union Station if you have a chance.
Andrew, another donation. Thank you.
Okay, Lonnie.
That's gonna pay for your snacks on the way to St. Louis. That's just what did it say?
Tim, I did send it to you, but I had the same build with Lonnie that what has my Maverick build, but I sent a duplicate to you because I'm a member.
That's probably my bad. I don't know.
Let me go check my email. Here we are checking emails.
All right. Well, I'll look it up.
We'll find it.
We'll get it. I'll make a note in here.
We will find it for you.
All right. So, Tim also gave us another donation, so of $4.99. Says, "Yo, just now joining. Did I miss anything important on the Maverick?" Nope, not nothing. No, you might want to go back. We talked about price protection and such for those that had an order placed and such. So you might check that point out. We've talked about it in the past, but I found a little helpful tip of getting those that are struggling to find their private offers. So
Yep.
yeah. And thanks for the donation. Appreciate it. So all right. You're looking at that? Okay. Christian says, have the commodity constraints changed from what you can see? Some people switch things, but it's not showing up on the sources. Okay, actually I was going to bring this up. Yesterday, we did have another YouTube channel that I watched. I watched his video this morning. The Town and Country TV did one talking about Bronco. Thumbnail was a little clickbaitish, but he had a point, and so it wasn't 100% false. But you will get your Bronco, so hopefully you didn't fall into that. But yes, I do have this report here that kind of goes through this, and there, some changes. They did change. They're looking to schedule more hardtops for the Bronco. Let's see, what model was he looking at? What was he talking about though? Did I miss that? It's moving too
He doesn't
fast.
say have a commodity constraints change for what you can see. Some people have switched things, but it isn't showing up on the
Truck Club.
sources on the Truck Club.
So that'd be Maverick. Okay. So there you go. So on the Maverick, probably not much has changed because we haven't had any scheduling until this week. But
Sorry, Tim. Yep, nothing that impacts you.
all right. So the numbers have shifted. So there's a luxury pack. Okay, so the XLT luxury packages went from 35% to 30% capacity, and the amount of orders is 25%. So we're still good there within that. Lariat luxuries went to 25%, which was at 30, and the U.S. And 20% of the U.S. orders are that. The Tremor package is still 8% with 2% orders. Most of the numbers are the same. The Copilot 360 is still 60% capacity with 51% of the orders having it. The driver assistance package, that's the Lariat, that's available in the Lariat luxury package, is 25% capacity, and now it's up to 9%. It was at 8%. So some people have clued in on that, so hopefully we did help some people with that. All right, let's see, what else? You don't really talk about some of these things because I've been telling you guys for a while, for over a year and a half now, don't put the tonneau covers on your builds. I know there are a lot of people that like that. Order what you want to order. They got to make it for you. I'm like, well, they don't have to, but it will take longer as well. So it really just depends on how long you want to wait, really. And then how lucky you are at the lottery, that kind of thing. But so just saying here, the tonneau cover box cover, looks like that's the roll-up is 15% capacity with 4% of the orders. The hard trifold is 4% with 5%. Yes, that's definitely over capacity, so you wouldn't want to do that. And then The bed extenders 2% of the orders have it. I wouldn't put that on. Can get that later. The bed liners, 39% of the orders have the spray in. Their capacity is 39%. The amount of orders is 19%, so they're still way down. And the hard bed cover, the drop-in liner, is 25% with only 5% of the orders with that. And then the cleat tie-down kit C, that's your bed rail system / your cargo bed cargo management system. 40% of the orders is their capacity, and actually they raised that to 40%, I think, just to match the spray and bed liner. Oh wait, no, the spray and bed liner is 39. Anyway, 5% of the orders have that on there, so not everybody dove into the discount package. It seemed like a lot of people were. Sunroof is on here. Didn't see that before. 38% is their capacity, and 13% of the orders have it on there. The tow hitch, actually, more people added it to their vehicle. So 45% is the capacity on the tow hitch. Now 66% of the orders have it on there. So it actually went up, not down.
Well, yeah, because we were saying ditch the hitch, and then we were like, but wait, if you need the tow, don't remove it.
And ditch the guards. Splash guards, 5% capacity, 8% of the orders have it on there. So again, ditch the splash guards. Got to come up with a. And then, of course, the capacity on the hybrid and gas has not changed. The retail orders are 72%. Did that go up? I think that went up from 70 to 72.
Something.
So when they made it available to change it, those people had the eco, went over to hybrid.
Yep.
Possibly. Anyway, all right. So Tim had another donation. Oh man, thanks for donations. Did I hear correctly that you and Sarah have to pay y'all's own way to the Ford conventions, and y'all use the YouTube tips to assist with the traveling? Well, I'm sure if I asked, the dealership would pay for some of the expenses. But because I do want to do some of the videos for our Ford Video Guy, I'm going to probably try to pay for most of it ourselves from that. So anyway, yep. And so we'll see. This one here, I mean, we just have a hotel stay, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we got, since we're going to drive to St. Louis, and I still have all Electrified America, like 201 kilowatt hour left, that'll be free. It won't cost us anything, thanks to Ford. But all right, so Andrew.
Wait, Pete Gonzalez, he didn't put at Lon McArthur or at Sarah Davis. If you have a question, please put one of those so that way we can see it. I've had no success trying to order a Bronco Badlands Sasquatch since October of 22. I just want to find out where the end of the line is so I can get an order in. Right now, order banks are not open for Bronco.
Yep.
We don't know when exactly they're going to open up. Our guess is February based on information from the fall, but we haven't heard anything recently.
So whether or not they're still going to open in February is
so there really isn't an end of the line. I mean, some dealers are taking pre-orders, but
well, here's the way ours works on the Bronco. We have 30 unscheduled Bronco orders at this point in time. We're getting 13 allocations this month, so that means we'll have 17 left. So I got a feeling, hopefully, if most dealerships in the same boat as we are, by the end of February, they're going to have most of theirs scheduled out. So then they're going to be ready to open up the order banks. And keep in mind, they're going to open up the order banks ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because, they can't take the orders and schedule them right away. And maybe they will. But, yeah. So, all right.
All right, Andrew Barley.
Yeah, and then Vols did say old subject, standalone hitch still needed, needs to be ditched. Yeah, and we've seen some people say, oh, you can add the wiring. I've seen here where they did it and everything. You can add it, but keep in mind that if it throws a code or have some electrical issues, Ford's not going to cover it. So keep that in mind. All right, so Andrew, thank you for another donation. Keep in mind, you don't have to donate, guys. We'll check and get all your questions. And hopefully you donated because you wanted to, and we really appreciate that, Andrew. But thank you very much. But don't feel like you have to donate. We appreciate it, but and it does help with some expenses. But we thank you very much for that either way. So we appreciate everybody that's in the live stream, regardless. But do thank you very much for that. So Tim, my Maverick order hybrid on September 16th is in with Lonnie. The only constraint I have is a hitch.
Yes.
Trailer hitch, 2,000 pound. Do you think I need to take it off the order and just put on the Big Ben Bronco things? And put it on the Big Ben Bronco things. Okay. So because you're putting a Big Ben Bronco order in. Well, putting the hitch on, let's see if they changed anything on the Bronco. But I think the tow package is okay on the Bronco right now. At least it was. Yeah, it's within capacity. 55% of the hitches is their capacity, and 31% is what they have currently. And again, as those get scheduled, that number is going to go down, right? So keep that in mind. So that is a possibility. And I do say that, you know, it will be a little harder to get that hitch scheduled with the optional hitch. I've seen some people add one of the packages on so that they can get scheduled like a luxury package. That is a possibility. You know, that's something to think about. That's a little bit within more in capacity, but really the hitch is 45%, whereas the luxury package is 30%, right? So maybe you're better off leaving a hitch on. So some will get scheduled, but what is that percentage? I mean, whether it will or not. If you're planning to tow with it, then you want to make sure that right now we don't have a wiring solution for it. But will we, by the time yours comes in, or will we down the road that we can add the hitch and the wiring? Is that a possibility? Eventually, somebody, right, will come up with a wiring, or Ford will, that will work with it, you know. Yeah. But at this present time, we don't. So I hate to like advise people to take it off, and then they can't add it later. But if you have another vehicle that you can tow with, like the Bronco, when that comes in, then yes. And a Big Ben, if you're going Big Ben, you can get a Big Ben scheduled pretty quickly. So, and get it here pretty quickly, probably. All right. What's next? Go ahead. I don't know where you're at.
The Bronco constraints report on YouTube last night did not mention model capacities other than Badlands and lower trims.
All right. So we want to talk about those.
Yes.
So those are about the same as they were before. I don't think they've changed any. So, you know, the base, Black Diamond, and even the Badlands, all three of those trims are pretty even with how many they can build versus how many the orders they have for those trims. So that number hasn't really changed any. The Wild Track, their capacity is to build 15% as Wild Tracks, and they have 20% of the orders that are Wild Track. And that's not a surprise. Those have been in there for a while that way, because the reason a lot of people are waiting, it's been a year, 2 years now, is a lot of them wanted the Wild Track or they wanted the Badlands. Those are the two trims. So it's not surprising me that it's over capacity there. Also, if you want to look at things that are under capacity, that's the Big Ben. 8% of the orders are scheduled with the Big Ben out of 23% of their capacity. And the Outer Banks, they only have 17% of their orders are Outer Banks versus a capacity of 29%. So if you're looking to put in a 23 order, you want to get it quick, then you go Outer Banks or you go Big Ben. You know, Sasquatch package is over capacity. So it's 50% of the orders have Sasquatch out of 40% is the capacity. So, you know, going Big Ben, add Sasquatch, which sounds like the way to go. You may want to keep that Sasquatch off there.
Yeah.
Luxury package is over capacity. The modular front bumper is over capacity. Brush guard is under, but it's a very small capacity, only 15%. So I would probably stay away from that. Paint protection, again, don't put that on your vehicles, please. And then the front e-locker is over capacity, but the capacity is 64% though, but it's barely over on that. So the front locker would be, you get the front locker if you go, you know, the Black Diamond gets the front locker, I believe, if I remember right. You do get the front locker if you go Sasquatch. Other than that, it can't be added as a standalone option. It's usually either included in the Badlands or the Wild Track, or in your or standard on the Wild Track as well, and standard on the Badlands, I believe, the Black Diamond. So so that's probably why that's a little bit over capacity. And then advanced 4x4 also typically is your Sasquatch 4x4 system, or like the Wild Track will have that, the Badlands will have that. And that's over capacity. But that makes sense, because if you're over capacity in the Wild Track as well as the Badlands, then you're going to be on that as well. So
yeah.
Those are mainly with that. So. All right. But the hardtop, total hardtop retail orders is 85%, and the capacity is 67%. I think that Town and Country said last night that now he's saying go ahead and get the hardtop, but I'm looking at it and saying the hard top is still over capacity, so I don't know why we would advise that. So still the soft top might be the way to go. And I never would, he's really good at what he does and everything there, so I don't know where he was seeing that, but the numbers that I'm seeing from yesterday's report is that the total hard tops, the orders is 85% of the orders have the hard top, and 67% is their capacity. So I still would advise the cloth top if you're okay with it. So kind of went on that.
No worries.
But there's a lot of things to go over on that. So
sometimes we get caught up on the questions and we get behind, but that's because we're giving the good quality answers. Vols44 says, in case I missed the news, did you and Sarah obtain press credentials for the Chicago Auto Show?
We got the email that says that we did. We haven't seen the passage yet, but they said they're coming via email, so we'll probably get those tomorrow. But yep, looks like it. So we're excited. Try to book flights, and we're gonna do the same thing there. We'll try to do a meetup the night before. So there you go. So
yep. All right. Let's see. I'm up here. Any of our new 23 Maverick orders have been delivered by Lowell McArthur, or just 22 reschedules?
Most of them are 22 carryovers so far.
Yeah, because we put them in a priority.
Yeah, because they got priority.
Yeah.
We did have a trimmer, I think, that got scheduled ahead because they needed some trimmers, and we only had like 1 or 2 carryover trimmers. So I think that the 2 trimmers actually that came in they are from carryovers, because we have a member that has one that's scheduled as well, but his isn't showing, so it must have been carryover. So
but Lee.
Yeah.
All right, and nope, that was it. I found out today when Maverick is built. What would your question be on ETA to Missouri?
I like to wait until I see that it's actually completely built and on a rail car.
Yeah.
So, because I've seen, like in the situation, Vicky in here as well as myself, where I've seen it take 4 months before it actually gets put on a rail. So I like to not say anything until I physically see it put on a rail. Someone on a Lightning said, mine says it's been built and everything. When do you think it'll be there? And I'm like, it's sent off site right now, so we have no clue. So I like to wait until it gets on the rail car. So.
Andrew Barley says, Tim and Sarah, I donate because I want to, not because I need to. You are very informative, and I appreciate you both. Thanks for your key and knowledge. I do help out Johnny's car care and reviews as well. Keep up the good work.
I've noticed that, so we do appreciate that. So thank you.
We do.
Appreciate that. And I think Tim gave us a nice $50 donation too. What did he say?
I second Andrew Barley said, 100% crazy how much I learned from y'all.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Has any Ford inventory specialist become a reliable contact for corporate level inquiries?
Well, the issue right now with the inventory specialist, and we send them emails and it takes a long time to get something back. I really think they're working their tails off. I mean, they're probably one of the hardest working people in that. And so I think that's a big thing, is that they're just dealing with so many dealers.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that our inventory specialist has 4 regions with probably close to 100 dealership in each region. So she's working with like 400 dealers. It's just they cut back too far. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
So I know that the one we have is a really, she's a nice lady and she works hard. And I think it takes a little while to get something back just because she, first in, first out,
Yeah.
She's doing the best she can. So, and she's handling not only the orders, also allocations and making sure that's getting done. Plus these private offers, dealers are sending that information to them and that kind of thing. If they get the private offers all cleaned up and figured out, then she probably be less busy. But all right, let's see what else we got. Where were you at?
I was right under Andrew Hallman. Or sorry, Tim Hallman. Andrew Burley and Tim Hallman. I combined your names.
All right, so will the XL Maverick get more packages in the future? Probably not. They kind of want people to go up to XLT trim. They did the same thing on the F-150 and a bunch of other models, so probably not. So giving you some of the basic features and then giving you
Yeah.
like a safety feature like that, that's probably about all you're going to see. So
All right. And you saw the XL Maverick get more packages in the future?
yeah, just did that
Okay.
one. So
Any idea on how many Lightning Pros were ordered in Wave 1 back in August? Is that information Ford ever releases?
no,
Okay, now...
they won't. Hey, I answered that one quick. Maybe new colors or okay.
Has anyone heard how long it takes for new parts to come in for Maverick repair?
I don't.
No, but I do know it took me several months to get paint for a chip in my tailgate. Like the touch-up paint.
Which is crazy because
Took
that's
a
just a
couple
color
months. Yeah. So,
Tim just gives another $100 donation. I'm out, y'all. Hope this helps with y'all upcoming multiple trips to y'all in the members videos.
thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Let's see.
Tim was the one at Vegas. I met up
That's
with him
right,
in Vegas.
yeah.
And he bought me a drink in Vegas too. So good guy. So that was a lot of fun. So.
My build day was 117, but my Maverick went into production yesterday, according to the tracking site. Is that Ford just updating the website early, or is it actually being built early?
Okay, so it'll say going into production doesn't mean necessarily that it's being produced now.
Yeah.
So it's a little confusing on that because when it goes into production is when they like print the window sticker and they get that order ahead of time so that they need it. So usually you won't see it go into production and they print the window sticker the exact same time. So because they need it ahead of time so they know what to prepare for, have parts ready and everything for the different vehicles. So it'll be in production usually about 10 days before it actually is being built. So they're actually both right in a sense. So,
Yep. All right. Tim Howard says, my hybrid XLT Maverick is in the body shop. Is the trailer hitch done there? I only have Copilot 360, manual slide rear window, and trailer hitch on my build.
I think the body shop is typically any of the things that go on the bed. So, spring bed liner, hitch, I don't know. The hitch is probably put on in the plant. But manual slide rear window, I don't know. But I'm not sure. So if you don't have, doesn't say Copilot 360 shouldn't be. Manual sliding rear window, I wouldn't think, but maybe it is the hitch. So.
Rachel Sampson says, Tim better stop for more than just snacks on the trip. Look forward to seeing the lightning pit stops.
Yep.
Yep, we'll have to see what's around the area that we stop to charge at. Lunch and
I've already seen the first two.
things.
I know there's a Walmart at the one with a lot of restaurants around it, so that's where we're going to eat. And then at the other, there's a Target, so go in and
I can't go in Target.
go in Target.
I get in trouble in Target. No, I don't. I actually do pretty good.
All right.
Steve D. Lon McArthur. Tim or Andrew Barley did another donation. Tim.
They're one up on each other. Well, then we got you by $1 or a penny. I mean,
Tim and Sarah keep up the good work, and Tim Hallman, we're going back and forth. But thank you for your donations. I might have to buy a new van down by the river and live in it, but I'll be okay. Thanks.
gosh.
All right, I got booted down, but I know where I was. We had our dealer do the Sirius XM removal a month ago on our 23 Escape plug-in hybrid. Is that a good thing still? And how much is the credit for that removal?
Escape plug-in hybrid?
Yes.
Yeah, that's still on the order guide as needing to be removed. So that is they did the right thing there. And usually it's not always that the dealer will do it. Sometimes Ford will actually do it to your order on your behalf. So
yeah. Someone mentioned if you hit the like button. Yes, that is a great way to support us. Hit that like button.
Yeah. How many likes we got?
148. And last week I found out if you hit the like button while we're live, it does like a little confetti.
Yeah, check it out. Try it. You got to see it.
Yeah.
But just hit it once.
Or hit it, turn it off, and just keep pressing it. Like.
Yeah, but if you press it twice, it takes it away. All right, we're going to wait until it gets to 200. I'm not going to say another word. No, I'm just kidding.
We're at 161 now.
If you need to, the
Alright.
chat's up. You got to close the chat. You hit the like, and then you can open back up if you're watching this on a phone.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I'm good for 60,000 miles, 6-year warranty. Robert Bottenfield. I'm not sure what you mean, but if you want to give me a call, I can get more in depth with that.
Where are you at there?
I'm right above Tim Holman's last donation. And I'm right under it now. Peace out with Paul. I have a Maverick XLT Hybrid, September 16th order, priority 15 with Lux package, 360, and spray and bed liner. Special, and floor mats with carpet. Is it good or bad or ugly chance of getting built?
All right, well.
Peace out with Paul.
Okay, so what all was on that order?
It is a hybrid XLT, so good there. Priority 15. Depends on how they are handling their priorities.
Yeah, well, it sounds like their order's probably with us. What's their name?
Peace out with Paul.
They might have theirs with us. So if your order is with us, a 15 means it's a new order.
Yes.
And we have some 10, 11, 12, 13s based on when they ordered their 22 last year. So if the dealership does something similar, because Ford did tell dealers to put your new orders as 15. So that's what they instructed dealers to do. So it really depends on whether or not your dealership did something similar to what we did. Then it's kind of based on your date and your order. So yeah.
Explain how we got a 60,000 6-year warranty. Warranties really aren't our ball field. That would be more of a finance question. They handle our warranties for us. In fact, my father-in-law handled mine on my deal and was like, here you go, sign the paperwork.
There's a lot of different options, whether it be a Ford warranty. We have some other companies, so I don't even know the cost on any of those and what they cover. I didn't get one on my Lightning.
Yeah.
Cross my fingers.
Vicky Dell, we will have Darren and Kevin are doing everything that they can to help you with your vehicle.
Yeah. Our sales manager's
he is amazing.
He's amazing. So,
yes. Kevin's amazing. All right. 2 months for paint. Yikes. Thanks for the info. Our service light came on again, but they said safe to drive. Good.
Okay, so I want to get this. RagnarCon
Yes.
said about our picture building. Said a fancy white room with the turntable. Does that turntable actually move, or is it just moving the camera? It does move.
It moves
so
the vehicle.
It moves the vehicle around. So if you go on our website and you check out any of our vehicles, it's what we call a spin, where you can actually physically then take the vehicle and spin it around on the vehicle. And so we record it with the camera. It spins, and it captures that spin, and then we put a camera inside for the interior look. But yes, so it spins around. So it makes it a lot easier. We actually have a big stage. So what you're seeing is white walls. We actually only put walls from the garage door to garage door. And the other side is just a tin building. We did not have interior walls on that side. Yeah.
Done.
And so, wintertime it gets a little cold. But we do have new heaters on the turn. But we have a stage, so that way we have the shot coming down. And the pictures are on that angle too, so you can see moonroofs and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then that way they can just stay there on the turntable, take their picture, turn a little bit, take the next picture, turn a little bit, take the next picture.
I used to say our photographer was very lucky. Our current one is very lucky. He gets to stand there and take the pictures. I used to have to walk around the vehicle multiple times because it was stationary, and I had to be the spin and walk around it. But with all the problems that we've had lately, I don't know.
We got
it all taken care of.
Oh yeah, we had a local company that pretty much we've had it about 3 or 4 years, and so they pretty much ramped them up because we got those big dualies we put on there that are really heavy, and so it was the company that we had it put in wasn't really
thinking of
good enough.
dualies.
Yeah, they weren't thinking of big vehicles, and they were thinking a vehicle would just stay there and they wouldn't keep rotating around and coming on and off a lot. But anyway, so it's pretty cool. Carvana has something similar to it, and some other dealerships do too. But so in the videos, I keep the camera one spot, and then I just turn the vehicle. So that's why I say when I turn the vehicle around, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep. To clarify, if someone wanted a modular bumper on a Bronco, it would be better to order a black diamond than to add a to add to a big bend. Is that correct?
Yeah. So Black Diamond is your, I call it the cheap man's off-roader.
Yeah.
So if they want to do some serious off-roading, Black Diamond's a good way to go. That I believe it's been a while since I've done videos, but I believe you get front and rear locker standard on the Black Diamond. You also get the vinyl flooring. You get the vinyl seats, washout flooring actually with the drain plug. You get the rock rails on the side. So it's the bumper is beefed up as well.
Yeah.
So so there you go. So all right.
Bowles says, and I misthought about this. Does your truck go from 15 to 80 in 41 minutes? And I'm like, 41 minutes to go from 15 to 80? You're talking about charging.
Yep. I don't know. We're gonna find out. I don't know if we're gonna get it down to 15 because like I said, we should be able to get past Kansas City before we need to charge, but I think we're going to stop in Topeka and charge. So I'm going to probably charge more often just because I want to test out all the different Electrified America chargers between here and St. Louis so that I can report those. And we'll talk about that using the PlugShare app and such. But so I guess we'll find out how long it takes. But again, I think it's based on the charger. I've seen you get to some chargers and, some of them charge faster than others. Some of them are 150, some aren't. So we'll figure that out and let you know. We'll be, again, Ford Video Guy channel. If you want to get we're going to record the vlogging part of that probably when we get back. We'll work on that over the weekend. But if you want to get the details on that, make sure you're subscribed to it. So,
merch. The link is down below in the description. Right?
Yep. There's a link to it. Yeah. Joey Franco said, I'm better off financing through my credit union, or do Ford dealers have good connections on getting the best interest rates? We actually work with a lot of credit unions. In fact, I did mine on my Expedition and the Lightning here, and we with a credit union through our dealership with a credit union in Wichita. So I actually worked still with the credit union. So we work with a lot of different credit unions, but you can look it over whichever works best. I suggest you talk to your credit union, find out what kind of rate they are, and then come and see what ours are. And if our rates aren't as good, let them know. I'll just go through my credit union at this rate instead. And see what we can do. So sometimes we can make a call and get a favor or something. So we'll just see. I don't know.
Let's see. I had it. Up to until when can a dealer make color change and add mobile charger for Lightning? Scheduled for 1:30.
Oh, you're scheduled already? Ooh, I would go in and try to see if that change can be done right away, because usually when you get about 2 weeks out, you can't make changes.
Yeah. So immediately.
Yeah, it just depends on the vehicle, but a color and adding that shouldn't be a big deal. But you might want to get in there right away and see if you can make the change. So,
Deke Marshall, a disco ball would be really cool, but with the sheet in that building up above, we're not moving that again.
we do have lights that are coming down with a kind of a sheet that's over it. That's kind of plays as a diffuser a little bit. So we have even lighting throughout it. Yep. So.
Andrew Barley, good fun tonight. I just bought a van that I'll be living in. Hopefully I can get him on McArthur koozie. If I have because I think you recently became a member, so it should be on the way if you haven't gotten one.
Yep.
All right.
Remember, we need to throw some of those in the
yes
in the vehicle to take to the event if people are there. So
I will get that tomorrow.
I think I'm more excited about the trip down than I am looking at the cars at the car show and seeing a member and talking to people, viewers and stuff that come over. Hopefully we have some people meet us up over there. So
let's see, I'm still looking. My dad was born in Topeka almost 100 years ago. James Finch says my dad was born in Topeka almost 100 years ago.
I did see that. Yep. I'm originally from Lawrence, so know the area.
All right. I don't see any more at Low McArthur's or at Sarah Davis.
Somebody did say, Matt said that out of spec reviews YouTube channel does charging network reviews. Not so happy with Electronic America lately. I think it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've seen that Maki Vlog, they've been using Electrified Americas without any issues. It looks like from what I'm seeing, what I like, and we'll do this in a video as well, but there's an app called now each of the different charging networks out there. Electrified America has their own app. The EV Connect, there's a charger in McPherson, not too far from here, that has that, and that they have an app. EV Go, I think, is another one. But there's a bunch of different. They all have their own app with where their chargers are. But PlugShare actually shows all the chargers. And what's cool about it is you put in what vehicle you have and what charger you have, and it'll show you all the chargers that will match up for yours. And there's a different color based on if it's a DC fast charger or if it's a level 2 charger, like at a hotel or something like that. And so I like that one. I actually looked at that. And what's cool about it is the more people put in their experience at the chargers after charging, it helps out the next person. So I actually looked at the Topeka one, and it did say that there's a 150 charger and some 350s, and the 350s are down. And they've been down for about a month now. But I'm hoping that the 150 will be available when we get there. And if not, we'll just go on to Kansas City. But and we'll see. And it looks like the ones in Kansas City, though, they're not having any issues with those. And it seems like the ones there's also chargers on the Turnpike that are EV Goes, I think. And I think they're not having any issues with theirs either. They're all pretty good chargers as well. So it sounds like there'd be enough chargers on the way to be able to handle all those. So and somebody said PlugShare is owned by EV Go. There you go. So, but it is cool. I like that because I can go to one place and look at the chargers and plan my route. Because where the system, when I put it in there, it's actually telling us to stop at some places on the way. And I actually don't want to stop at those because I want to stop at Electrified America because I have free charging right now. So I kind of want to, plus I want to experience that. But we might hit some of those anyway instead. So, but there's plenty of places. My wife, your mom's, she was a little concerned. She's like, "Are you sure you want to take the expedition?" I was like, "No, why would I?" And she's like, "Well, what if you run out of battery on the way there?" I'm like, "You do understand there's a lot of chargers on the way there. We're not going to have a problem." So there's a lot of places. So not only is there a lot of them in Topeka.
Why would we take the expedition? We could just take the Maverick.
Yeah, we can just take the Maverick. But
oh no, we can't take that.
I love Blue Cruise.
We can't take it. Lebo needs the car seats.
I love Blue Cruise. So anyway, so we'll have a lot of fun with that. So.
All right.
We're gonna do some videos on Blue Cruise as well. We'll do some videotape on that. Plan to on the last trip we took, and we didn't record any because the trip was short. But we're gonna get some Blue Cruise footage as well. So a lot of different video content that we're gonna have there. We'll talk about that. So.
Super Duty constraint list. Please remember to put at Sarah Davis or at McArthur on there.
If we missed any questions, please pop those in there. Put at Sarah Davis would help probably.
Yeah, at Sarah Davis is the best one.
And we don't want to miss anybody's, but there's so much going in the stream for us to read all of them. So when we get caught up, we were able to do that. Like I did with that one, but
make sure you start 100.
All right, Super Duty. What are they wanting? Okay, so we know that King Ranch Platinum Unlimiteds can't really get scheduled until job 2, but they are over capacity. Their capacity is 4%, 4% for King Ranch, 5% for Platinum, 2% for Limited, and their amount of orders is 13%, 17%, and 8%. Way over capacity on all those. Lariat is over capacity. 21% is their capacity. 35% of the orders are Lariat trim. The trimmer package is 10% with 10% orders. That's even. The XLT with the premium package, their capacity is 14%, 3% of the orders. So like I said, they're needing XLT orders. There you go. Gas engine, the 6.8 is within their capacity. They're only going to build 8%, but they are within their capacity. The 6.7 diesel engine is over capacity by 7%. The high output diesel is way over capacity, but they don't mention the 7.3 liter Godzilla engine. So if you're looking for a gas engine, 7.3, you should be good to go. The 12-inch display, which is what you're seeing in the upper trims, as well as on the Lariat trim, 77% of the orders have the 12-inch display. 36% is their capacity. That's going to be a problem. Tonneau covers, just take them off. The panoramic Vista roof, 42% of the orders want the Vista roof. 20% of the order is the capacity. So, wow, like, that actually surprises me. The spray and bed liner, 20% is their capacity. Just funny because it's 40 on the Maverick. 29% of the orders are with the spray and bed liner, so they're over capacity. Running boards is over capacity. I think they mean the platform running boards. And then the fifth wheel prep package, I assume that's what that is. 26% is their capacity. 47% of the orders have that on there. So that is an issue as well. There's 6,700 orders that are in priority 99. That's because if you want a certain feature that isn't available till job 2, you want to make sure that order's in a priority 99 on Super Duty. So, all right.
All right. Rachel Sampson says, super excited to hear all about it. I've gotten to drive a Lightning, now waiting to see the Dark Horse. And I am excited for that because there's supposed to be one in St. Louis, and I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, we didn't get to see it up close. Probably won't be able to get in the vehicle because they're probably pre-production vehicles.
Yep.
But the Super Duty should be a production vehicle that we can get in.
Yeah.
I'm hoping so we can get so we can show you kind of what that looks like.
Neil Shirt says, I should clarify a 3.55 axle commodity restraint for Super Duty trimmer builds job 1 Lariat.
I think job 1 you have to have a high output to get that on the trimmer. If I remember right, that was part of the order guide.
Peace out with Paul. We answered that earlier, but it would depend. If you have your order with us, you can give us a call and we can go over that with you, but it really depends on how they're handling priorities and all of that.
There's a lot that goes into that. Before making any drastic changes on your order, you probably want to
talk to your dealer.
Kind of talk to your dealer if they know. All right, so job 2 stuff, other than the King Ranch Platinum Unlimited, was the 355 E-Locker with the diesel engine, available job 1 on trimmer, available job 2 without the trimmer. So, they're talking about just with the diesel engine. So, I'd have to look up the 355 with the gas, but on the diesel engine, the 355 E-Locker is available with the trimmer, but if you don't get the trimmer, it's not available till job 2.
Yep.
And that's only on the single rear wheel F-250s and 350s. So
lost my place thanks to bots. All right. Are we ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. When Bronco order banks open, will they only be open for 4 days? Is Ford skipping ordering for 24 for new orders and going to 25 for new orders? Bronco, they've pretty much caught up. So they're going to open up order banks. We don't know what it's going to look like yet.
Yeah.
Haven't heard much.
I could even see that them making, because usually there's a job 2 halfway through the year, which is usually in the spring. So I could see them saying we can do a half year production for new orders. And that's not too bad. What did they make? Like 130,000 last year.
Yeah.
So that's still a lot of Broncos they can make. So I wouldn't see why they couldn't. So, all right, we got a couple more minutes. We're gonna try to start closing her down around 9, possible. So
Lydia says, what paper must I sign for it to be converted to a 23 besides order form? I did change color. Now I'm scheduled again. Just the order form. That would be what you need to sign.
For 23?
Yeah.
Yeah, 23s don't have to be COVP'd. They're saying because they don't plan to give a transition offer for the end of the year if they don't get scheduled. Yeah. So they're saying they're not scheduling based on the COVP. So, you don't really have to have anything as long as the order's in. You want to make sure that order's in. So.
Sorry, guys. Those bots keep coming back.
I think Ridgeview. Is Ridgeview still in there? He usually takes care of most of those.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody is, unless you've been doing that. I know Ridgeview's working on internet there where he's at, so I don't know. I think he's working on data.
Yes.
I think he's working off of data on us.
Yeah.
For his internet. So.
Martin says, "Thank you for providing us with a treasure trove of knowledge tonight. Always a pleasure to be educated and entertained."
I don't know about the entertained part. Hopefully.
It's been entertaining in here.
Yeah, the chat is. I appreciate you guys. We still got 300 people in there. It looks like.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Okay.
I think there's one more question.
Yep. So
Where'd it
like I
go?
said, Ridgeview's on it. He's always on it. So
Yeah.
I didn't know with your internet if you'd be able to.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it. So
My Rover Maverick was both in production and built on 1.5, then shipped a day later. Seems a bit quick. I didn't get any emails besides the 45 days expected delivery time frame. Huh. Yeah, that sounds odd. But the tracking hasn't been spot on lately.
yeah. So
Thanks for all the info.
somebody asked about the Wi-Fi hotspot on the Maverick.
Have you seen or heard anything about 4G Wi-Fi hotspot? I received mine and don't see it available in settings, but I don't see removal credit on Windows sticker.
Yeah, there will be a credit on the window sticker. So
Yeah.
look under the, is it connect?
I think so.
Under the connected or something services.
Yeah.
See if it's in there.
It should be under one of your settings.
And don't forget, you get 3 months for free, and then you have to pay for a subscription after that if you want to continue using that.
All right. Yes, Tim Johnson, we got news that we were accepted as media to Chicago, so we do plan to go.
Yep. And then we plan. Somebody had asked if we were driving up there. We're probably going to fly up.
Nope.
So.
No, not for that long of a trip.
Yeah, we're going to fly up because we can get up there. There's direct flights from Kansas City to Chicago, so we're going to fly direct, get there early afternoon so that we can try to do a meetup in the evening up there as well. So, those are in the Chicago area. What are those dates?
Look for us in February, right?
February. Let's look.
It's on the calendar.
Yeah, it's on the calendar. I think it's this week, right? No. There it is. The 9th and 10th are media days, so we'll be up there Wednesday.
Yep.
So Wednesday night the 8th. That's coming up.
Yep.
Bam, bam.
All right.
Your husband be okay with that?
Yep.
She can always call your mom. If you need an hour or two off, you can take the kids over there. Take them to the Chick-fil-A place.
Because that is the one time that his mom is actually going to be out of town. So, but we'll make it work. It will happen.
Figure it out.
We will, as I always do.
Okay.
All right.
How's everybody? I got everything else. I am drinking G Fuel tonight. I thought somebody asked that, but I'm in my mug.
Yep.
Thanks to Sarah adding the sticker for it.
Welcome, Emmanuel.
Get these on the merch site and then put it on any mug you want to.
Yeah.
And then when it comes off, just buy another one. They're like $1.
We love Chick-fil-A, and lately my mom's been taking the boys to go play at the play place. Usually Tuesday nights.
Close the doors. Let them run. So.
Yeah. Until Will needs to go potty. Then you run into problems. All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Have a good week. Good luck on any scheduling, no matter what model you're looking at. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you get scheduled this week and come back next week. Let us know if you did. So we appreciate hearing that information and spreading the good news and everything. But yes. And don't forget, of course, if you're going to be in St. Louis Thursday night, Drury Inn, sounds like that's the place. Drury Inn, right next to the convention center. I think, isn't that where that's at?
Possibly.
I saw that. I think I saw one of those.
So the Drury Inn Lounge
in there. So we'll find us in there. If not, be looking for the videos. We're going to post some videos on YouTube or on Twitter, maybe even on Facebook. We'll do a Facebook Live probably Friday, just real quickly, kind of showing you some of the Ford booth a little bit and kind of enticing you to check out our videos on YouTube for those. But we'll do a quick little one there. Probably won't answer a lot of questions, just more of just letting you know that we're there. We're going to get footage. We're going to put together videos for you. We're also going to check out other models too. We're going to really spend some time on maybe some electrified vehicles and such, seeing what other competitors to the Ford vehicles are putting those videos on the Ford Video Guide channel. So you want to make sure you subscribe to both of those there. So, and Emmanuel just joined.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right. I think that's it.
Right.
So again, thank you guys very much. I think we're out. So don't forget, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. We'll see you later.